brings people together, and it's really all about just creating a whole new community. It's really about just making bonds with each other and just, having, people we can call brothers. And it's just a sport of teamwork. It's a sport of having fun. It's a sport of getting out of the house, getting off the couch, getting off your lazy boy, your gaming chair, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Loves to get time out, boys, and it's a lot of fun. Because it's an awesome ass hobby. It's quick pace and it's good exercise. You make a lot of friends.
Airsoft to me is a hobby that I get to spend my weekends with my friends with. It's probably one of the funnest things that I've ever done in my life. I came from a paintball background, but I switched into Airsoft just because there's more to the sport. There's better equipment, there's better guns, and the whole concept is just better. Both are combat simulations. Just paintball's got a lot heavier round that doesn't shoot as far, and Airsoft has tiny rounds that shoot way further. Literally brotherhood, like friends were doing it, friends were playing, and we're like, you gotta play, you'd enjoy it. I've been addicted since we started, and I've learned so much more about the sport as I played, learning about the guns, the equipment. I've upgraded my equipment, and the more I upgrade my equipment, the more and more fun it's become for me. Now, I'm on a team, and that makes it probably about 10 times more fun going out with my bros, like just getting to play. The funnest, like we've talked about before, is when in between games coming back, talking about how the game went, how many kills you got, how your weapon's operating, and then just making fun of each other too. So typically the refs will look at the players and split them apart by skill level so that each team has a balance of new players, intermediate players, and advanced players. Once they see that, the refs will add in a band on one side. So one team will be bands, one team will be no bands. So you have distinct markers. Then you get out there and you play. None of the uniform matters. It's what is fun for you. Your uniform is what makes you happy, what feels good out there, and what works for your play style. It hurts a lot. People are like, oh, it's just a little BB. That's true, but you never just get hit with one. The first ones might hit you, but then 5 are going to follow because he's not sure if he got you. It leaves welts every time. I'm pretty lucky my welts go away within a day or two. This thing will save me a little bit. It's like a damping shield, but it doesn't hurt enough to where you get hit one time, you're going to walk off the field and be like, that's just too much. Cheating happens a lot. I think sometimes some players, even who are honest players, do it because they get hit with one BB and they go, oh, that guy didn't see that. It does happen. To correct it, we typically just keep shooting till the player calls himself out. If they get mad because now they've been overshot, it's usually their own fault that it happened. Finding the field's easy. If you Google search anything with Airsoft, the fields come up first and the stores. If you have trouble finding the fields, you can talk to somebody at the stores because everybody who works at the Airsoft store typically plays locally. I like to play at Camp Pendleton and Oceanside. I like to play at Giant in Lakeside. I like to play at Code Red in Paris, California. And I like to play at Wildlands in Lake Elsinore, California. Most people, beginners, will play in a pair of jeans and like a hoodie.
Question for you. Is this your first time out here? Yeah? How you like it so far? Yeah.
Best way I could say for a beginner to get into the sport, talk to the people at the pro shop, the field you play. Go to your local shop. You're going to need to get magazines. You're going to need to get ammo. And Face Pro. Face Pro is the most important. You need good goggles. I prefer to play with steel mesh masks because I like my teeth. 18 and under requires steel mesh lowers. 18 and over, some don't require. For 18, I would never recommend playing without because you're playing against guys like us. We have upgraded weapons. MilSim is short for military simulation.
That friendly moving up all right?
Yeah.
With the cape?
Yep.
It's typically a 40-hour game that starts on a Friday night. It's usually a Russian team versus a NATO American team. So Russian Rus4 versus NATO multicam. You have to be in full uniform for these events or they won't accept you. The type of player is a speed softer. They're very similar to paintballers in the sense they wear paintball masks typically almost always, and they use HPA guns, which is high pressure air from a tank and a line that goes in, so the gun shoots off of regulated air instead of the spring. Speedsofters are objective players, where they're playing hard as fast as they can to get the objective or kills. Where like the military sim guys, you guys are hiders and campers, and will wait for you to make a mistake instead. Maybe playing the Christmas game at Mr. Paintball. It was one game that started at 10 o'clock and ended at 4 o'clock. It never stopped. It never broke. If you wanted to go eat your lunch, you go eat lunch. You come right back in. It was the first time we played like together as a team. Did 10-man rushes down alleys and stuff. There were objectives of like, you could kill a player and they had trading cards on them. Take them, go put them in your box. Team with the most trading cards at the end, like, had won that round. That was probably one of the best events I've ever been to.
Good shot, bro.